What's up? It's your boy Laurence, also known as Cerulean, also known as the FlipPh.one. Just celebrating the end of first week FlipPh.one, November 2021. This is the 11th month out of 12 I've been using this, the LightPhone 2, instead of this, my iPhone 10. So, this video is going to be chat about my week on the LightPhone, the new feature, which is voice to text, and then I'll talk about my cultural week, what I did with my free time, not being on social media. Firstly, the LightPhone voice to text feature, I want to demo it for you guys. So this is my text conversation with Ben. Oh yeah, we're going to see the last leg live next week. Shame that EC got knocked out of the FA Cup. Anyway, if you click new text, and then turn sideways, previously you had to type out on the e-ink keyboard, and remember I said that it's kind of difficult because the screen's so small. Well, if you can touch that button correctly, then you can use the voice to text feature. Look at that, 100%, and then you can go back into edit if you need to, which is slightly annoying. See? Going back to edit is tough. But anyway, there you go, it clicked in. You got 100% there, so that's pretty sweet. You can click send down there. Oh, there you go, you see now how hard it is to touch. But anyway, that helps. But here's my bugbear. They haven't put that option on every time the keyboard appears in the way the dictation is on the iPhone. So for example, directions was really useful for me heading up to Yorkshire for the dress rehearsal for Polar Express. But if you're trying to search a destination, there's no voice to text option. So you have to type it, and arguably that's when you need the rapidness most, is if you need to change directions of where you're driving to, as I did when I was coming back down from Yorkshire. My printed Apple map sheet, I'd missed the turning for, so I needed to use the LightPhone directions, and I had to just get off the motorway and search it up. It's not the end of the world, I lost about 5 minutes. I just wanted to get the search right. But yeah, that was the tech. That's my tech thoughts. Also, just want to mention there was obviously big tech moves made by Facebook just before first week FlipPh.one started, with the name change of the parent company. I've written 2 blog posts out of a series of 3. The first one was my initial calling out that this is a recognition of the failure of them to build a positive brand around Facebook rather than a move they want to be making. The second one, it's entitled Meta.com, from Open Science Initiative to Corporate Front, Zuckerberg's philanthropic mask slips, and this is the big one. This is my pretty original expose about the history of the domain name Meta.com and how they acquired it for the Chan Zuckerberg initiative, and how the main Facebook Inc. has now robbed it, and for their usage. This honestly is shocking, and I'm so surprised this hasn't been reported on more. And then the third one that's coming this week is about, I wanted to dig in, given I'm working on this musical Snowflakes in SoCal, about the climate impacts of technology. I want to dig into Zuckerberg's claim that the metaverse will help the environment. So I'm going to dig into that this week. But yeah, those 2, especially that one about the name, go check it out. Warner.me with a dot after the A. That's my blog. But yeah, onward, my cultural week. So let's start with music, because that's the main thing. It's what I do. And if those of you didn't see last month, I'm moving this monthly blog to my main music channel, Cerulean Sounds, starting in January, when I'm using a Punkt phone instead of a LightPhone. So yeah, music-wise, my main album of the month was I don't even know how to say it, no exclamation marks, I guess. No exclamation marks by the Vascular Bundles. And I imagine literally no one's heard of this. That's because it's quite an obscure 1987 record by some teenage students in East Grinstead, I believe. You might be thinking, Cerulean, we know you've got a hipster strain, but this is a new level. Well, it's not just a random find. It's actually, I'm blowing the lid on my producer, Matthew Large, also known as cinningbao. This was the first record that he ever released at his school, and he said that they went around selling it for £2.37. I guess the vinyl, maybe the tape, £2.37 around the playground, and I'm really happy to say that you can still snag it for that price on Bandcamp. And I would suggest it. I mean, you can tell it's pretty experimental. I mean, the first track's called Turds, and then one of the tracks, literally, I mean, you know, Billie Eilish would be proud of that level of like randomness in a song title. There's punctuation mark ones, but no, I mean, there is no offense to Matt. I mean, there is some sort of youthful exuberance in the experimentation that is sometimes just, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not constructive, but it's clearly the work of a musical genius, because there are moments of just sheer brilliance, both mainly sonically. Then the experimentation is amazing in the 80s, but then sometimes lyrically, like this Life song, for me, it's lyrically is a pretty profound song. So I would recommend going and have a look at it. And it's also just funny that there's just this song that the lyrics are basically just turds. I mean, it's quite audacious. And it just shows like where the best music comes out of just fun and experimentation of young people. So I don't know. I find it kind of inspiring, and I hope Matt does get back to releasing records, because I know he probably can keep some of that experimentation, but just sort of smoothing out the edges. He can make some really, really like stellar records, I really think. But yeah, I also picked up a microblogger's buddy, released a single, and his name is, let me just get this right, Michael TImmons, and he just released a single called Front Room, Empty Room is the artwork. It's kind of this pointerless sort of like blurry room. Really nice song. Tell your brother I saw him. And Scottish guy, reminds me of Bell and Sebastian. Yeah, really nice song. So again, Bandcamp purchase. I'm going to push Super Swag Project Bad Timing, which was a James Acaster and Ramesh Ranganathan recommendation, to December. It's a hip-hop album where every track is in a different time signature. I'm really excited for it, and yeah, I'm pushing that to December. And because I actually spent more of the time this week reading onto the books. Here they are. Here's the books from the last month. So I'll start in the order I did them. J.K. Rowling's The Christmas Pig, or as I read it, Jack et la grande aventure du cochon de Noël. How do you say rot in hell in French? No, I'm kidding. No, seriously. I mean, go check out the New Europeans front page from this week, where it's literally them asking about how did J.K. Rowling become a hate figure amongst young people. It's insane. And it's an insane like side effect of the crazy world of the craziness that social media has injected into my generation, that this lovely woman has become a literal hate figure. I mean, there is just so much goodness in this book alone, not to mention the entirety of her work, but this book alone it's just such an amazing positive exploration of youthful imagination. And I think obviously, in her personal life, you may or may not agree with the importance that she puts on the female sex identity. I think she's just got strong scientific ground to stand on. Whether you think it's an important message for her to be evangelizing socially, you may or may not agree, but just like dismissing the woman's entire personality and work, in a very hateful way, is just so counter to the way that she conducts herself. And yeah, I'm, back to the work itself. I mean, she's teamed up with this illustrator, Jim Field. They've done these amazing illustrations. Like, I'll show you the first one. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, got some MCBC flag there. Le Cochon, that's the pig. I'm really excited to compare it to English, just to kind of see how much I actually understood. It was kind of like, it was while I was on, I was on vacay and in Normandy, during the last week, and that's where we picked it up at Leclerc. And yeah, I'll be interested to see how much I did understand. But yeah, from what I got from it, it's a really clever take on a boy's Christmas night dream, basically, but in a really immersive way of building this world called the Land of Lost Things. And yeah, it's just incredible, to be honest. All right, here's some 2 really big boy books now. And a couple of bloody blokes, Philip K. Dick and Ian McEwan. Ian McEwan writing about Dick. So yeah, on Chesil Beach, an interesting read for a child of divorced British parents from a kind of a similar generation he's writing about. It's essentially just about, a British, the British tradition of marriage not really being fit for the modern world, and written just such a depressing topic, written incredibly beautifully. And then this one, a rogue charity shop find, Philip K. Dick's The 3 Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch. This is some really geeky science fiction, but I was intrigued by the blurb because, Chesil was a drug capable of transporting people into an illusory world, a world they can linger in. But it's a double-edged sword because he would enter and be a god in everyone's private universe. And I just thought that sounds so relevant to what Mark Zuckerberg is trying to do with his metaverse. I had to read it for that perspective, and this turned out to be really relevant. So that was written in 1966 by Philip K. Dick, writer of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which became Blade Runner, and other. He's inspired Minority Report and Scanner Darkly and other things. This one is really relevant for what Zuck is trying to do. So please go and check out those blog posts. Please go and subscribe to my main music channel, Cerulean Sounds. That's my main channel on YouTube, and that's where these blogs are going to be living on YouTube. And yeah, stick around for the final LightPhone review of the year next week. Going into Christmas period, I'll be up north in Yorkshire doing the Polar Express show, so you'll get a little insight into that. I might do it on the train. So yeah, look forward to seeing you guys next week. I guess there's only one thing left to do, and that is the SIM exchange. Here it comes. There's the SIM. There's the iPhone. And then we're going to turn that baby on. Monday, 8th November. All right, we'll see you next month. Bye.